Hey guys, I'm Marian. If you guys don't know me, I have an advice blog on Tumblr. If you guys want the link to that, it'll be below this video. And before I start, I just want to say a few simple things. When I started this blog, I didn't think it would get so many followers and all that stuff, but I've answered about 3,000 to 4,000 questions, so I decided that for all my lovely followers that wanted me to YouTube response instead of just regular response, so it could be a little more personal, that I would do that. This is my first one, so I'm 19 years old. I'm turning 20 this summer, and I live in California. If you guys want to know more about me, you can just go ahead and ask. So yeah, I'm gonna start. I talk kind of funny because I got braces, but don't mind that. How to stop being attached to someone. This was kind of vague, so I took it in two ways. How to stop being attached to someone if you guys aren't together anymore. I would just say cut off ties completely. I mean, I know a lot of girls and guys. Sorry, my sister just walked in. But yeah, I know a lot of girls, especially that kind of Facebook stalk their exes, and that's not going to help the situation at all. It's only going to make the getting over process harder and longer. So I would just say delete them off Facebook and delete their number. And a lot of people also give the excuse that we were friends and I don't want to lose the friendship, and I just think that's an excuse because what you're doing is just hurting yourself. So if you have to be friends with them, you can be friends with them after this moment that you need to just kind of work on yourself. The second part of this would be if you guys are together or friends, I would just say prioritize your time. A lot of guys and girls, but I've noticed with girls more, they make their new boyfriend their entire life and they just forget about their friends and parents and sisters and brothers, and I've kind of been in that situation, so I know how that feels. And if you guys just prioritize your time with everyone, you won't be as attached to that person, because I know a lot of people who were so attached, then something happens and they feel like their whole world was falling apart, which they wouldn't feel like that if they had kind of split their time wisely with everyone. So yeah, I really hope I helped you answer that one. If you still have any questions, you can still message me. The second one is, how do you know if someone likes you? This one is kind of obvious for me. I think this was a girl who asked me. So if the person texts you nonstop, if the person wants to hang out with you, uses excuses to see you, or say a lot, uses excuses to see you, or just bluntly tells you he wants to see you, then I think that's obvious, because I don't think any guy in their right mind would waste their time texting a girl 24/7 if they didn't want anything to happen or didn't expect anything to happen. There are situations where people will be like, well, he did this kind of little thing or she did this little gesture, and it's if the person doesn't like try to pursue you in the ways that I just said, so they do little things here and there, that just might mean they're just flirty, or that's just how they are. So I wouldn't take everything as a sign. Some people who like you don't show any sign at all, and there's people who don't like you and you take every little thing they do as a sign, and that's gonna hurt you in the end. So if you guys want details on your specific situation, again, message me. The third question is, I'm in an abusive relationship and I don't want to break up with him in person. This is a girl. I mean, it happens to girls and guys, but I'm just gonna say it in her situation. I always tell my followers to break up with someone in person. That's the most respected way. I mean, I would hate if any one of you got a text saying, I don't want to be with you anymore. But I would also say, if the person's abusive, try not to see them. Try to do it over text. If you're too scared to text them, have a sister, a brother, a cousin, a parent, a friend, anyone, just text them and tell them that you just don't want to be with them. And if you feel like your life is on the line or you feel very unsafe, then just know that you have so many people around you that will help you out. I'll help you out. And if it's to the point where it's a big issue, there's police, there's what is that thing called where you that thing called where they can't come near you.
Restraining order?
Yeah, restraining order. So if you get a restraining order, I mean, a lot of people are embarrassed to say like, oh, I'm in an abusive relationship to their parents or anyone, but if you feel like you're in danger or anything, you have to like let them know. And yeah, I mean, if they're been abusive to you, I would not suggest breaking up with them in person. If they've hit you in the past, they will do it again. And I think you should think about your safety more in this situation than how to be more respectful. So the last question is about a 16-year-old girl with a 20-year-old guy. He was drunk, she was at his house, and he kind of forced her to do something. And I don't want to go into it, I don't want to say the details because I have younger viewers and I don't want them to kind of hear this part, but you know who you are, so I'll help you out. I read your story. I just think that what you saw in him that day and you were scared or uncomfortable, I think that a lot of people don't know who they're really dating until a year after, 2 years after, when their real side comes out. So there's people who find out their boyfriends or girlfriends are abusive or obsessed and all that stuff. So I think you should just realize that I believe in the quote, drunken mind speaks sober heart. So I don't think you should use the excuse he was drunk, he didn't know what he was doing, because I think that you should be a little more careful and take this thing that happened to you as a way to see if this is who you really want to end up with. But that's all the questions I got. If you guys